BFTB, best fight the best. So this is a video response to a guy in my comments named FAZER. At first, I was looking at his comment and I was just looking at him as a normal fan bitch, a normal fucking hern sheep. But after reading his comments, I don't think he or she, I'm not sure which one it is, but I don't think he is so deep in the herd that he can't be awoken, I guess you want to call it, or I guess he can't fall out of the flock of fan bitches. He makes some points that it seems as if he's trying to make them in a contrary stance to Wilder, but all the points that he's making are contrary to Joshua. So again, I need to break this down, and I'm going to do it. It's going to be short. Like I said, this is just a response to FAZER. And I wrote this, but I find the need to actually make this video because I feel as if others are just as deep in this flock of there's a flock of bullshit that Hearn has been portraying. Like, listen, this contract versus offer is no different. It's no different than selling a car. It's no different. And he brought it up to me that, you know, if I'll offer you a job in Iraq, and I've been to Iraq many times. Many times. I have 5 deployments. I've been to Iraq many times. So again, he brought up going to Iraq for $15K with no location and no you know, not knowing what you're doing and blah blah blah. He brought that up, and he brought it up as something to talk about what Wilder did, because Wilder said agree to the 50 million, and he was bringing it up as, well, why would I agree to the 50 million without knowing the location and all this other stuff? Well, Shelly Finkel said, if you agree to what you ask for, then we will send you a contract with everything in it that you asked for. And Shelly Finkel on April 28th sent a term sheet that laid out the 50 million. You know, they could have sent a letter of intent, but the letter of intent would have been more binding. They sent a term sheet, which isn't binding. They don't have to fucking follow this. The term sheet just lays the shit out. And that's exactly what they sent. So if Joshua would have accepted the 50 million that he asked for, then they would have sent a contract. Shelly Finkel said that many times. This wasn't something that he just said one time and it got lost in the sauce and lost in the nonsense of bullshit that was said. No, Shelly Finkel has said it many times. Many times. He told her, you know how contracts work, you know how big business work, you know how deals work, because we Shelly Finkel and Hearn did it with the Klitschko fight, with the Klitschko-Joshua fight, because Shelly Finkel was the guy that worked Klitschko's fight, that worked the deal. I don't understand what you guys are talking about or what you all are missing. Had they agreed to the offer, then the contract would have been sent. What are y'all missing? Vladimir Klitschko did not agree to the offer that Hearn offered them for Joshua. He did not agree to the first one. That is a factual statement. And Shelly Finkel was working Vladimir Klitschko's corner, not in the fight, but as far as negotiations. That is a fact. That is a factual statement. Vladimir Klitschko did not agree to the offer. The offer. I can offer y'all something right now. In this video, I can make an offer to you guys. Whether you accept it or not is up to you. And if you accept it, then I will send you a contract. If you extend the offer. I'm not going to just offer you and send you a contract at the same time. What business is that? Name a business that does that. There's never been, no boxing matches do that. You just say, I'm giving you $5 million for this fight and here's the contract. Sign it. What? Who does that? That car dealers don't do that. Sleazy car salesmen don't do that. They try to talk you into it first. Why? Because it costs them time, money, and effort to make these contracts, to tailor these contracts for the people that they're sending them to try to get them to buy something. I say again, Vladimir Klitschko did not accept the first offer that Hearn gave him. He did not accept it. He accepted the second one. He did not accept the first offer. I will say that again because you guys are leaving this out. Vladimir Klitschko, whose negotiations were handled by Shelly Finkel, did not accept the first offer. He turned it down. Vladimir Klitschko himself turned it down. And it was offered from Hearn and Matchroom. Vladimir Klitschko turned it down. They offered him another deal and he accepted that. Then they sent the contract. That is a factual statement. Okay, so Mr. FAZER or Mrs. FAZER, whichever one you are, sending me to Iraq for $15K with no location, no date, not knowing what I'm doing, is exactly what Eddie Hearn did to Deontay Wilder. So you're trying to use that as an argument to justify Deontay Wilder with the $50 million offer and no venue or date of the fight. But that was not in a contract. That was just an offer. He was saying, accept the offer, and it wasn't like I'm reading between the lines because this is verbatim. Accept the offer, and we will send you a contract with everything you are looking for. With everything you're asking for, we will send you a contract with all of it in it. That's what was said by Shelly Finkel to Hearn. Now, what Hearn did is exactly what your argument was to me. What Hearn did is he actually sent a contract, a formal written contract with no date, no venue, no refs, no rematch, no judges. Just $15 million. Sign it. That's what Eddie Hearn sent to Deontay Wilder. So while you're trying to make this argument to make the $50 million deal so bad that Deontay Wilder did, and it was so bad, and nobody would do that, you have made my case for me because Eddie Hearn actually did it. That is a factual statement. Eddie Hearn actually sent a contract with no date, no venue, no say in the refs, no say in the judges, for $15 million flat fee. A flat fee. And to address something else that you said when it comes to lowball offers. And you guys, you're not the only one that has this mindset. You look at what Wilder and Joshua have made previously. Okay, well look at what Floyd Mayweather made prior to Manny Pacquiao and prior to Conor McGregor. Look at what they made. Look at what he made prior to them. Conor McGregor wasn't making no fucking $100 million. He never made that much money. Never. He was making around the same amount of money Deontay Wilder was making. That's what Conor McGregor was making. $2+ million. That's what he was making. But the fight itself is what dictated the purses. The fight itself. That's what dictated the purses. Fucking Lewis, he didn't make massive amounts of money fighting other fighters until he fought Mike Tyson. But at that time, Mike Tyson was damn near at the end of his career. But it was the fight itself that made Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson, well, not more so Mike Tyson, but that was still the biggest grossing heavyweight fight in boxing history. It was the fight itself that made that amount of money. It was the two fighters that the public wanted to see fight. The fight itself. The two fighters that the public wanted to see fight each other. Not the two fighters that the public just wanted to see fight. that they wanted to see them fight each other, because the second highest grossing heavyweight fight in boxing history was Mike Tyson versus Peter McNeely. Who the fuck is Peter McNeely? He's never made that amount of money in any fight ever in his life. The only fight that he's made that amount of money was against Mike Tyson. Why? Because it was the fight itself. That's why. It was the fight that the fans wanted to see the two fighters fight each other, not them fighting other people. That's why it generated what it generated. Now, I would say this is common sense, but I don't believe it's so common. I don't think you guys actually really know this shit. It's the fight itself. And that's why it's a lowball offer, because Deontay Wilder fighting Anthony Joshua will generate massive amounts of revenue. Arguably more than Tyson Lewis. Because they're both undefeated. They're both champions. Tyson Lewis was not that. They're both knockout artists. Tyson Lewis was not that. They're both undefeated. Tyson Lewis was not that. So again, Mr. or Mrs. FAZER, thank you for proving my points to me and everybody else in your comments to me. BFTB, and I'm out.